Hey guys, it's Paul from Alt Game Reviews, and today I'm talking about a new game that I got to try out and my impressions of Psycho the Frontier. I recently got to try out the playtest, the closed beta. This game is developed by Jaeger, who previously worked on Spec Ops The Line, a great game, and it was initially released in early access back on the Epic Games Store in late 2019, however it's been totally overhauled. Previously it was a take on the Battle Royale formula, tasking players with earning points by completing different quests for different factions, surviving against other players and AI enemies. It was very fast paced as you tried to rack up points to become the victor. Now in the Frontier, the game has been completely overhauled, moving away from the Battle Royale and something closer to Escape from Tarkov, albeit a little bit less hardcore. Instead of racing to complete objectives in a set time and purchasing equipment on the fly, players are slowed down and the world is much more dangerous. They have to search the abandoned planet of Fortuna 3 looking for valuable loot, or taking it by force by killing other players, and then attempting to escape from the planet by calling in a dropship at an evacuation zone. And like Escape from Tarkov, this game's not for the faint of heart. You will die, you will lose your loot, and you'll get pissed off. But you know what? I had a lot of fun with it. So how does it all work exactly? Players start on the space station above Fortuna 3 with other Prospectors. They can pick up contracts from each of the three factions, hang out in and upgrade their own personal quarters. You can access a crafting bench where you can make some new ammo, some better weapons, or you can purchase some basic loot at the quick shop. The contracts from the different factions are pretty basic to begin with. You'll be looking for simple materials you'll find around the map. Completing these contracts, buying items, or selling your loot at the faction shop will improve your reputation with them, and after that you'll be able to purchase new special weapons and tokens to upgrade your quarters. The game gifts players with some starting loot including basic weapons, ammo and consumables. These can be safely stored in your stash on the station, or you can put them in your backpack to use in Fortuna 3, however they will be lost if you do not evacuate safely. Each player does have a safe pocket which can store a very limited weight and will not be lost on death. If you want to be extra prepared, you can purchase some armour and attachment for your weapons at the quick shop, and you can even insure them. And yes, these attachments can be removed and used across different weapons, unlike in the recent Back 4 Blood. The attachments are pretty universal, so can be used across different weapons. And finally, you'll pick between an easy or hard difficulty map, finalise your inventory and launch the drop pod into Fortuna 3. And then once you're on the planet, it looks great with varied biomes including a jungle, desert and water-based environments. If you've played or watched some Escape from Tarkov, you'll understand how this game works, although it's definitely not as in-depth. Drop in with some gear, find areas of interest, loot around and try to extract from the map safely to then sell your goods to craft better gear. Or get killed on the planet and lose it all. As well as other players, there's alien creatures to face off against here, grunt-like striders, acid spitters and elite-style marauders, which you'll have a tough time taking down with the basic weapons. You can however unlock and purchase better weapons from each of the factions, like this SMG I bought from the Korolev faction. You can even craft insanely unique weapons at the workbench, but I didn't get to spend anywhere near enough time to collect the resources required to do so. More dangerous are your fellow Prospectors. Interactions are tense. You'll be alerted by the sound of nearby footsteps or the sight of a nearby drop pod landing. I was playing solo, so I was pretty sheepish to begin with, tiptoeing around other players. You can use proximity chat to warn others of your presence, ask for help or to taunt. After a couple of interactions that went south, I was shooting others on sight to protect my precious scrap metal and insulation sheets. There were some areas of the space station locked off and therefore some missing features from the beta. There was no text chat, so proximity voice chat was the only way to communicate with other players. There was what looked like a store for exotic or cosmetic items. I'll assume that these will be bought using microtransactions, since in the previous iteration of the game there was a battle pass. I had a lot of fun with this game and the gameplay loop is pretty addictive, although a definite challenge for players with little experience in similar games, but it needs a crossover for experienced Tarkov players looking for a bit of a change. If you enjoyed the previous iteration of the game, it might take a while to get used to the reduced movement speed and just overall pace of the game, as now it is a very different beast and I think it is a little bit less accessible. We've got a while to wait till the full release in 2022 with no exact date given, so it looks like it's back to Tarkov for now and eyes peeled for any future updates. Let me know if you want to see any more on this game.